What's up, guys? So today I kind of want to show you guys how I keep baby blue tongue skinks, and I kind of also want to show off some of the babies that I am keeping, holding back for future breeders. Exciting times, man, exciting times. So when they're first born, let me see if I can flip this. Alright, so when these guys are first born, I kind of like to keep them in like either paper towel or any kinds of like paper towel, butcher paper kind of substrate, not cypress mulch yet. It kind of helps me keep an eye on them if they're pooping, they're eating, in the water bowl. And I usually provide a nice little hide here. This is one of the babies that was born on the July 10th. This little guy is actually a white walker baby. He just went through the second shed. He's actually looking really nice. For those of you guys who don't know who White Walker is, he is this unique male down here. See, I kind of keep the adults very similar, and he's hanging out with the food bowl that he just ate a bunch of food, but he's actually in shed. He's not looking that great, but this he's a weirdo. He comes from a red and an orange parents, and he came out kind of like white like that. They kind of feel like snakes, to be all honest. Skinks, they kind of are very similar. They're basically like snakes with legs. So that's how I kind of keep newborn babies. Around a month old, I start to use cypress mulch as I do with the adults. So kind of like this. Hey Robert, some babies sometimes they can take about a year to 2 years to get to full-grown adults, depending on if it's a vigorous eater, how much you feed it. So I kind of just like this, a bunch of pure cypress mulch, a bowl of water. These guys are big drinkers, and I use plastic plates to hold their food. And sometimes I provide like a little hide and stuff. I'm actually in between cleaning, so as soon as I finish cleaning, these guys are gonna get brand new hides. This is a special little skink. Come back here. The lighting sucks in here, man. It really sucks in here, but hey Amanda, how's it going? But this guy's a really white animal. The genes in here are called Turner whites. So these guys are born just like normal babies, but as they get older and mature and start shedding, they just keep getting whiter and whiter. I rarely feed live insects to these guys. In all honesty, I kind of just feed them either a mixture of wet dog food, dry dog food, cat food, Repashy grub pie, bluey buffet, and sometimes fresh fruits and vegetables as well. The dog food and cat food honestly kind of provide like a complete diet for these guys. These guys in the wild are opportunistic feeders, feeding on dead animals, vegetation, or fruits, whatever they can eat, they'll eat. They're little garbage trucks. This guy specifically comes from Ray Gurgi. This is another little special skink I kind of wanted to show you guys. He does come from a Turner white, but he also comes from a classic. You can see how, I'll show you guys a normal to show you the differences. This guy has a lot of speckling in the tail, throughout the body, pale light coloration. This guy keeps shedding, and he keeps getting lighter and lighter. Yeah, yes, these geckos, I just call these guys garbage trucks. So let me show you. Here's one of my normal females. You can see how the tail is very dark brown coloration, and even throughout her body. She's a very nice normal, but you can see the differences. Very dark brown coloration. You kind of feed them as much as they can eat, in all honesty. I kind of just, I give them like a spoonful. If I see that all the food's gone, I'll feed them more next time. This is another normal. It's in shed. It looks really crappy right now, but he's actually very nice high contrast skink. This one comes from Pennsylvania, from a lady named Diana Mason, who makes some of the best high blacks, blue tongue skinks. And as this one gets older and older and keeps shedding, it's gonna keep getting darker and darker. Thanks, Reptiverse. Alright, now let me take you guys outside so I can show you some of the skinks I kind of wanted to show a little bit off. These guys are some of my favorite grow outs, and you'll see why. And I wanted to get them in natural sunlighting because it looks way better, man, than indoors. Indoors sucks. The lighting, the fluorescent lighting is terrible. Alright. Blue tongues normally range from, they start at around 300 and work their way up. It really depends on the morph, the age, the color, the richness of the color pattern. It's very variable, but normally you can find some normal babies for around $300. Here's another example of an orange. You see he has a very nice deep oranges, lighter tail, even the tail has some orange. And it also has a very nice contrast and a lot of white speckling. You can feed these guys silkworms, you can feed these guys practically anything and they'll eat it. But I specifically really stick to dog food, wet dog food, sometimes dry for the older adults. And then like I said, the Rapashi grub pie, bluey buffet, they love that stuff. Look at that eye. These guys are absolutely stunning. These guys calm down very fast, usually as babies. They're very like, they're just scared of everything. It might come off as aggression, but they're just kind of scared of the world. I'm just, actually here, I'm gonna roam around a little bit. Alright, I'm blocking the sun. Come on, guy. See, blue tongue skinks are very hard to sex, especially as babies. They're not sexually dimorphic at all. And sometimes, you know, people say you can go off their head size, tail size, body shape, but that's not accurate all the time. So the only way you really find out what sex your skink is if it drops sperm plugs, which would mean it's a boy, or when you're trying to, if you're trying to breed it, the reaction that they get from them. All right, let me pull out another one of my favorites. Oh, and this one specifically comes from a lady up north called Diana Mason. Same one, she produced that super dark skink I showed you guys. So, all right. What do we got here in this goodie box number 2? Oh, okay. This is a home production. Hey, come back here. This is a home production. This was actually one of the first babies I ever produced. He comes from Garfield and Wilfred, which come from red lines. Neither of them are red line animals. I mean, actually red animals, but you can see that the genetics, it produced an orange reddish animal. This one's actually one of my favorite animals. I can't wait till it's bigger. I'm hoping it's a girl, but only time will tell. So you guys wanna house these guys in around 90-95 degrees, a hot spot, and then a cool spot of low 80s to high 70s. These are specifically northern blue tongue skinks. They need a humidity around like 70%. Usually it's easily pretty accomplished by when I fill up the water bowl, I kind of let it overspill a little bit, and you know, they spill it all around a lot, and usually that provides enough humidity, at least here in South Florida. It's already humid here anyways, guys. Super humid all the time. Yeah, he's a little wriggly because I don't handle this guy very often, but you can see he's already pretty calm. Hopefully she. I have about, right now, keeper blue tongue skinks, including these babies, I have about 20. I have 9 adults, and the rest are babies that I'm planning to keep back. You can feed insects and Pangea with insects to these guys, but not as a staple. I've seen people feed them. They'll eat anything, man, trust me. But as a staple diet, I usually recommend dog food. Wet, high quality, grain-free dog food. He's incredible, man. This guy actually, when he was first born, he just wanted to eat me left and right. Let's see some of your questions. I have seen actually Robert, all black or all white skinks. Most of those come from Australia. They're not northerns, they're easterns. They're called, the black ones are called hypermelanistics, and the white ones are white. And yeah, man, they're incredible skinks. You can find them here in the United States, but they're gonna cost you a pretty penny. Now this is another orange line animal. It comes from a friend up in the desert. His name is Austin, and he just produces some incredible skinks. Like this one isn't even that old, and you can see already the intensity of the color. Same thing, you know, versus a normal. You see all the white speckling in the tail and just the brightness and the vibrant colors, man. And it goes all the way through the body, not just on the sides, but through the middle as well. Over the past few years, I've seen a lot more albinos, melanistics, all those cool morphs pop up around. You know, they're gonna start becoming more and more available, and probably the prices will drop by then as well. Right now, they're like, if you find one, they're like $15,000. All right, I'm about to show you another one. Oh man, this one's very cool. This one comes from a good friend of mine in Miami. His name is Ron Kudo, Blue Tongue Lizards. I actually have a lot of my stock from him. He produces some of my favorite lizards. This guy is a red to sunrise, second generation. Sunrise is a gene that produces very bright yellow, vibrant lizards. And the red is just a red northern, and he crossed these two lines, and then he crossed the babies back to each other, and this is what comes out. Just an absolutely stunning skink. If you guys have questions, just feel free to ask. For some reason it keeps disappearing on my screen, but I'll try to answer as soon as I see it. Look at this guy, stunner. Oh man, do you guys want to see some of my bigger skinks? I only really wanted to show a couple of, you know, highlight some of the baby skinks, but if you guys want, I'll bring some big ones out. And if you have any ones you specifically want to see out in this hot Florida sun, let me know. Oh man, it is hot out. All right, Amanda, I'll bring some just for you. Who do you want to see? Is there anyone specifically you want to see? It is hot out there, my. All right, this is probably my favorite lizard in my collection. This guy, his name is Homer. He was one of my original blue tongue skinks, and he's really the one that just got it going for me. You can see his nice yellow orange colorations, and you see how big these guys get, man. This guy just made me fall in love with the higher end morphs. You know, he's clearly not a normal. He's actually a sunrise outcross, which means he is a sunrise cross to a normal. He just came out spectacular, and he was also produced by my friend in Miami, Ron Kudo. He's my favorite, man. He's my absolute favorite skink, the one that really got it going for me. And you can see they're very friendly. I could just pick them up, throw them around. You know, they don't try to bite. They kind of remind me of bearded dragons, not to that level, but they're definitely very great pets. And not just beautiful lizards to look at. Hey, what's up, Jose? Did you like the Tampa show? I like the confetti crusty. Yeah, Snowy, I love blue tongue skinks too, man. And this is the guy who really made it happen for me. Alright, so do you guys have any more questions I can answer? Let's go over everything for blue tongue skincare. It's pretty simple. You want a hot spot of around like 95 degrees. That's what I keep them at. You want, I feed them high quality dog food. I keep a cool spot of like low 80s to high 70s, so whenever they want to just cool down, they can just walk away. If they want to warm up, they'll move to the warm side. These guys don't need UVB. They get their D3 from a lot of the times from the dog food. These guys can be kept successfully with overhead lamps, heat lamps, or hey, come back here, or heat tape like I use, or just heat mats. Hey, come back here. Where are you going to, man? I think he wants to say hi to some of my chameleons. Cool them for our Life of Picasso, for cooling them for hibernation, or just cooler in general. You know, in the house it's like around 75 degrees, so that's what the cool side is around, and you just use a heating pad and you can put it to whatever temperature you want. In the winter, when they go into hibernation, man, it's kind of hard to successfully do that in Florida. So what I like to do is also cover the enclosure so there's less light, so it looks like, you know, it's not just the temperatures going down, but also less lighting, which signifies winter as well. Come on, Jose, you gotta say hi, man. Don't be shy. We don't bite unless you ask us to. Nah, I'm just kidding. Man, all right guys, I'm burning up out here. I'm about to end it here. I'm sweating, but I love you guys, and I want to see you guys. I wanted to show you guys how beautiful, how brilliant these colors are, and that's only really accomplished outside, at least in my home. But all right guys, until next time, love you guys. Where the hell is the end button? Aha. All right guys, peace.